Hey, how's it going, guys? Thomas here, bringing you a very different video versus what I usually post, which is about cryptocurrency investments. But today I felt a little different. I felt like I should explain and kind of give a little more knowledge to those who aren't quite grasping the concept of budgeting and controlling your money. So what I've done is I've kind of made an example of the system, and it actually goes based off of Dave Ramsey himself. He has 7 baby steps that you can go through, which I've listed here. But I actually, the main thing we're going to go over is step 2. So the $1,000 emergency fund is whatever. You guys can save that. And you'll see based off of what I explained step 2 where you can achieve that. So what the heck is envelope budgeting? Basically, it is what it pretty much is. Envelopes. Alright, so you got envelopes with categories for each bill that you have. Why do we do that? Because it's so easy to swipe a credit card, swipe a debit card. We have money in our account, so it's okay to go purchase stuff with no plan or anything, versus having an actual plan as far as your bills and expenses go for the month. So, some things before we get into when we go to this, because you're going to label everything when it comes to the envelope budget. You're going to go from rent to Comcast to gas to your Sprint bill to, a Christmas fund to your car payment, whatever. Discipline's very key with this, and the most important thing is having an honest budget. So if you know that you spend like $400 on let's say gas per month, and you only put 200, you're going to get screwed over, because every single calculation that you have in here is going to count, and it's going to affect when you actually get to your debt snowball, which we'll get over here in a little while once I cover all the rest. So what you're going to want to do is, at first, before you label any envelopes, you're going to want to get categories. So you're going to list every single expense you have per month. So that goes from housing. You could categorize and subcategorize as you wish. So what I've done here, an example, I've listed a bunch of, I've done housing, food, so groceries, and maybe a restaurant, clothing, maybe blow money, whatever. And then you have like savings that you put in every month. You have transportation, how much gas do you spend, insurance, and maybe personal, like babysitter, toiletry, gym memberships, whatever memberships that you have. And the thing you want to do is add your income. So the most important thing is you want to make sure that you list your income and that it is accurate. So I know not everyone has an accurate, 80-hour a week or whatever. Sometimes it fluctuates in pay. Sometimes you do overtime, you do less. Well, do your best judgment as far as that. And you may have multiple jobs. So like I wrote here, job 1, job 2. Alright, so job 1, job 2, list that. That's per 2 weeks or whatever, and then add up to your monthly income, which, whatever it is, it is. Okay, so what you're going to do is you label all these. Alright, you got it all down, you've calculated the totals, and then you're going to add, you're going to put your monthly income and then your expense total. Okay? And then you're going to get that leftover amount, and what that leftover amount is going to be is the amount going to your debt. Right, so what I've done here for you guys is I have my envelopes. Right, so this is gas right here. This is for the truck. I've labeled on the top left gas for the truck. On the right is the total amount per month. And I put the due dates. So we have usually 2 pay periods per month, right? So what I like to do is split them in half, or unless you make enough money to where you can pay the whole thing. But then again, I recommend just doing half and half, per paycheck, right? So what you'll do is mark every envelope. So I got oil repair fees for the truck, $20. You could set up a Christmas fund, whatever. Say you start in January. I mean, imagine how much you have, $1,200 for Christmas spending for your kid or family or whatever, family members, friends. babysitter fees. Maybe you work 2 or 3 jobs and you gotta have a babysitter every so often, and you kind of accumulated how much you need to pay for that. Black Friday. See, what I mean about being honest is if you're a drinker like me, you're gonna put the exact amount that you put in. So this is another thing you could work on, though, if you want to eliminate the expenses, is quit smoking and quit drinking. But I ain't gonna do that. Don't worry, I'm not doing that. Rent, you put your rent, so on and so forth. So you've got all your envelopes, right? Got all your envelopes. Let me stack them up real quick. And let's say it's payday, right? So you've already made your plan. You got your plan right here, right? You got your plan right here, and you know exactly what needs to go in here. So on that first payday of the month, you're gonna pull out your whole paycheck. It'll be a big stack of money right here. And then what you're gonna do is, and also, by the way, little hint for you guys is, don't pull out hundreds and just 50s or 20s. You guys need to get, I would say the max bill to get is 20s, and then get a bunch of 10s, 5s, and some 1s as well, because not every bill is going to be specifically $100 or $180. There might be some odds and evens. So like for me, for my housing or whatever, is like 512. So you need some 1s for that to supplement that. So you do that, right? So you've got all your bills, your monthly expenses right here. This is your main. We haven't got to the debt yet. So you got that covered. Let's say you put in half per month, just like this says right here. You can even put due dates. So like, I know my paycheck's coming in the 6th, so I'm gonna put $130 in there, and then on the 20th I'll put 120, and that bill's done. Whatever. Well, that I should have probably used this one. So 68 per paycheck, and that'll complete for the month. So then, with that being said, now we get to the debt. So why do we even do this? The whole purpose of this budgeting is so we can pay our debt off. So going on to the next page, where we're going to learn about the debt snowball. Sorry, the camera's really laggy right now. I don't know why, but whatever. So the debt snowball is pretty much, I want you to think of the situation as when you were a kid, you had a little bit of snow or whatever, and you saw the movies where you threw it down the hill and it gathered up a bunch of snow and it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, this is exactly how the debt snowball is you're paying off your debts lowest to highest, and as you pay each debt off, you're utilizing the funds that you used for the first one towards the second one. So it's growing. So it's kind of like you're rolling that. You toss that snowball the first time, and now it's getting bigger because you paid the first one off, right? So now you have more funds to put into the second one, and then that makes it easier and faster to kill that debt for that second one. So, and let's say you pay the second one off, and now it's even bigger because it's rolling downhill, right? You paid off those 2 debts. Now you're going to use the funds that you used for the first and second one for the third one. So what you're doing, let's say, this is an example for you guys. I made one example. You have 4 debts, right? Your medical bill, credit card, car loan, student loan. You have your minimum payments right here. And you're going to pay all the minimums for the last 3, right? Except for the first one. So going back to this page, let's say this is what you had left for the month, right? Let's say you had $1,152. You're gonna throw that to all your debt. So you're gonna pay off. You're gonna put the rest of that debt into. You're gonna eliminate this $500 one, right? You're gonna pay that off. And you have what, like $600 something left. You're gonna pay the minimums on these last 2, and then you're gonna throw it onto whatever's left onto the second one. All right. And what you use for this to pay off is everything the next month is gonna go onto this one. Once you eliminate that, you're gonna throw all your extra money that you had plus the minimums and throw it to the third one, right? So as you guys can see, all the amount of money that you're putting in is getting bigger because you're eliminating your debt. So by the time you hit your fourth and last one, you have so much money already going in. You have like 135 plus 63 plus 50 plus all the excess cash that you got from your paycheck that weren't going towards your expenses are going to go to your last one. And with that being said, you'll eliminate your debt way quicker. And with that, I mean, the thing about this is you need to have goals. So what I wrote down here for you guys, 2 important things. 1, discipline is key, because it's so easy to go spend money on anything, everything, restaurants. Hey, let's go to the bar, let's go do this, let's go do that. You need to be strict on this. You know what I mean? And then you need to get a piece of paper just like this, a notepad, and write down your short-term and long-term goals. Because what do you want to do? What are you saving for? I mean, you're gonna pay your debt, but what are you gonna do after that? Are you planning to save for a down payment? Like right here, I have a down payment saving right there. So I was like, are you planning to invest in real estate? Or are you planning on your 401k? What are you doing with that? So you need to make sure that you add on every single expense on here. So, and then with each specific expense, you need to put them in envelopes. It's a really easy process. It just takes a little bit of discipline to get to it. And one thing you can also do to help you out is increase your income. And how can you increase your income? You can get a second job. You could sell stuff. You could do stuff online. You can invest short term to get extra income, passive income. But your number one worry is, 1, you obviously got to pay your main bills, right? You got to pay rent. You got to, you need clothes, you need gas to get to work, you need food to eat, and all that. So make sure you pay all this, be accurate with it. Don't put in a lower number than what it actually is. Don't put, don't put like $35 for Comcast when you know it's going to be like $130 for you or whatever. So, and if you got a partner, I recommend you both do this. Split your bills, whatever it is, make a plan for each other and then go off of that. So, but try your best to get the most accurate income that you're going to have, and do your best to get the most, your expenses as accurate as possible as well, and it's going to help you out. So this is just for your guys' information. I'm going to be on Friday, we're getting paid, so I'm going to actually show you guys how I actually fill the envelopes and the process on how I do it myself. It's not going to be perfect. Other people have different methods as far as the envelope budget and all that, but the way I do it works for me, and hopefully it works for you too, and hopefully I convince some of you guys out there that actually don't budget or whatever to get into this, because you guys could start saving some serious money. A lot of people are just ready to go buy, spend money on brand new TV or whatever, a new game, whatever they want. I mean, if you got the excess money, that's cool, you can do that, but for most of us, middle class or whatever, we should be budgeting. So here it is for you guys. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to leave a couple links in the description as far as the information that I got from Dave Ramsey. I just want to make this for you guys. I know it's a little bit different, but we'll leave it at that, and hopefully you like my videos, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Have a good one. See you on Friday.